The qualities that make you introverted are often the same qualities that would make you a great partner. So let's look at some of these qualities. Emotional depth. Introverts tend to prefer more meaningful conversations and deeper relationships. Kind of think about that. I call it the party analogy. I use that example a lot. But like at a party, if you're introverted, you tend to maybe just kind of clutch your drink possibly, and then have a conversation with maybe one person off in the corner, and you might be talking in an in-depth conversation. It's really meaningful, or maybe you're just listening because you're too afraid to talk. But either way, you're participating. Either you're really good at listening because you're doing that a lot and getting a lot of practice, or you actually do prefer to have these deeper conversations. Either way, that's a skill, to be able to listen deeply and have and want deeper conversations, as opposed to the possibly more surfacey conversations that you would find at a party with someone who's more outgoing. They're just kind of jumping around talking to everyone in a more superficial way. Uh, Introverts tend to be more loyal and committed. In general, introverts tend to not date as many people at once. So that seems sort of obvious, right? Because you're thinking, well, maybe you're introverted, so you don't want to go out that often. So maybe you only want to go out once a week. If you're successful and you're working long hours, maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks is pretty much it for you. You don't really want to go out and do anything with somebody else. So you're just not dating that much. So you're probably not even able to date many different women. So you go out with one woman, and you tend to have more longer term relationships, more stable relationships, because the casual dating usually isn't the type of thing that an introvert would be really kind of made for. And then listening and empathy. Kind of like what we talked about before, where if you're doing that a lot anyway, because you're maybe shy and you don't like to talk, you're getting really good at the skill of listening. If only to think, well, you're getting everything you need from them as you're paying attention, and then you contribute something possibly more insightful because you are actually really listening. Maybe it's to extricate yourself from the conversation, but still you're contributing, you're listening. So you're better at that because you're developing the skills for that. You're better at observing, of listening, and generally answering more thoughtfully. And even if you aren't answering more thoughtfully, you'll appear like you are. So that could be an attractive quality anyway, because you just look like you're more thoughtful and knowing. And the last one is stability in relationships. Because you're generally wanting those longer term relationships, and you're thinking, or you're listening more deeply, you're wanting those deeper conversations, you're possibly giving more thoughtful responses. The relationships that you're in tend to be more stable because you probably want them to be. And if you want them to be, then you're more likely to be more calm, reliable, emotionally steady. If you're introverted, successful, you're probably also a little bit analytical. And if you're analytical, you're more likely to be emotionally steady, calm, because you're thinking things through, right? All the different choices, the best you can. All of that makes you a great partner, or could make you a great partner. The problem, I would say, is because you might avoid dating many people at once, you want to get these skills handled and honed and really know who you're looking for, so that when you do find that great woman that you're attracted to, that there's chemistry with, that there's great intimacy with, that you can know it when you see it and use those skills and not just stay with somebody because you hate the dating scene. So, kind of circling back, what makes you quiet or an introvert doesn't make you less attractive. In fact, it often makes you more trustworthy and more emotionally safe. Think of the classic strong, silent type. That's you.